That's right, everyone. Today is road trip day. So this is the road trip that I've been talking about for about a month now, attempting to plan it. Finally, I took the time off, so today is going to be 50 degrees. I think it already is 50 degrees. We're going to capitalize. And a hint as to a couple of the places that have to do with somebody that wore this shirt. If anyone knows their pop culture and such. Yeah, I can't really, there we go. If you know the shirt, then you know where I'm going. It's in New Jersey, not California, unfortunately. First, I'm going to be stopping off at Wawa just to top off the gas tank a little bit more. And before I go on a road trip anywhere, I usually get a strawberry banana smoothie from Wawa. It's a tradition. It's a routine. I don't want to break it, even if this is a micro road trip. We can't break tradition. That'll just be bad luck. I mean, I'll give Wawa that much. They do make a mean smoothie, and those ice cream parfait things are very good, but outside of that, I mean, when we see a Sheetz, we are stopping. Definitely. I really prefer Sheetz over Wawa. I just feel like they have a better selection on their menu, more variety. I don't know, I just like the vibe over there. But anyway, we have to get a move on here because we're losing the day. Now it's time to pull up to the pump, and then onward we go. Now, the Menendezes are located on the right side of this cemetery, not the left side as has been reported. Now, I just have to remember where exactly I had driven the last time. Yeah, I remember that cat was here the last time too. Yeah, they're gonna be tucked in the corner. Yeah, this is not the correct area right here. This is not the correct area. There it is off in the distance. You just walk from over that way. Over that way is the entrance. And it's on this side, the right side. And you know, I'm noticing a lot of elaborate new graves here since the last time I came here. Look at that. Look how detailed these are. Oh my God, my sciatica is acting up right now. Walking on this uneven ground is not doing me any favors, but I don't care, damn it. We're on a mission. And we just found what we were looking for. I believe it was August 20th of 1989 that this unaliving, so I don't get in trouble by YouTube, took place. It was a hot, balmy night in the hills of Beverly, and Lyle and Eric stormed into the house. They went out and then stormed back into the house with Mossberg rifles and proceeded to unalive their parents, burst through the double doors, started firing. Jose was in the process of standing up. He was shot twice in the gut, I believe. That knocked him back onto the couch, and then Lyle proceeded to walk around to the back of him and blew a pretty big hole in the back of Jose's head. They were saying that the hole was so big you could put your fist right through it. And rumor has it that when they were taking his body off of the couch to put onto the stretcher to bring it out to the coroner's van, his brain had actually fallen from his skull and onto the floor. So pretty horrific. And in regards to Kitty Menendez, she was also shot. She was shot in the leg. She had stood up to try to run away. She was shot in the leg, I believe it was the left calf muscle. She was shot in her hand when she was going like this. The shot went through her thumb, and her thumb was literally holding on by mere threads. It was almost completely severed off of her hand. So she got knocked down to the floor by several shots hitting her, obviously. And as she laid on the floor, moaning, obviously that's when the brothers knew Mommy's still alive. So they went outside, reloaded, came back in, and again, it was Lyle who fired a detrimental shot. Held the gun. She was on the floor like this, cowering and moaning, and he came and held the gun right here, pulled the trigger, and from what I read on the autopsy reports and such, the blast that went into her face completely caved. It completely broke every bone on this side of her face. Blew out, I believe they said 3 or 4 teeth were blown out as well. And her face, I mean, you could, if you look up the autopsy pictures and everything, you could see her face was unrecognizable. She was shot in other areas of her body, but I mean, so you could tell which of the brothers actually had more of the rage towards the parents. Clearly Lyle. Lyle went up and delivered personal blows like that, right to the back of the head, right up against the face. I think Eric actually went along with this. I think he did have resentment and somewhat hatred towards the parents, but I don't think Eric was on the level where he would have been ready to do something drastic. I think with Lyle, he followed along behind Lyle. You know, you're my older brother, you know best. I'm afraid, I don't know what to do. If I don't go along with him, what's going to happen to me? So, interesting little story. They are now at Donovan J. Correctional, Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in, God, I can't remember where it is. I know it's down by San Diego somewhere, but I can't remember the exact name of the town. But that's where you can find the brothers. They were reunited several years ago after being apart for about 20 years. So at least they're in jail side by side. I don't know how much of a good thing that is. I believe out of the two, Eric was the more deadly. Maybe he should have, been handed a little bit lesser of a sentence. But Lyle, there's some rage there. So I've just lifted this out of the ground. Clearly it's for a candle, and it looks like nobody's put a candle here for them in quite some time. If I would have known, I would have brought a candle for them. Why not? There's a rock right here in the ground. As you can see, other people have been here and left rocks. So we'll gather this one right here. All right. We are about to depart the Menendez grave. I'm glad I got video of it this time. Last time I was here, oh God, how many years? Maybe, I want to say like 3 years ago I was here. And I had taken pictures, but no video, because back in those days I wasn't into vlogging or doing anything like that. I was just in, you know, taking pictures and such. But now we're videoing everything. That's why we had to come back. But on this journey to Princeton, we're going to add an extra stop in there that I had actually missed the last time. I was in a time crunch the last time I came here. After this, I went to Westfield, New Jersey, and visited Whitney Houston's grave. Again, no video, only pictures. We'll circle back to her some other time. For those of you planning to come here to ever visit Kitty and Jose, it is near this fence here. Look for Farmer. They're tucked as far back as you can go. All the way along this fence, they're near Bogdanoff and Farmer. Somebody bring a damn candle the next time, jeez. Now for the long trek back to my car. It's a little bit of a hike to get here. I mean, the little roads in here are very narrow. So you have to park, like I parked way over there. I figured the best thing to do would be to park in the middle. I knew where it was, but oh, that was nice. Figured a little hike wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's not freezing out here, not yet, so we'll be all right. Wow, that squirrel looks black. Check out this grave. Look how different this is. Let's get a little closer. Wow, look at that. Wow. Huh. Wow, look how fun this design is. This is on the back of a grave. Wow, oh my God, of course we have to touch it. Wow, I really like that. Let's check out the front. And here's who did that in case anyone's curious about the artwork. Oh, it's that grave from the beginning of our walk in here. Wow, I didn't even notice the back of it. Yeah, these people looked like they were pretty cool. Another helpful hint for those grave seekers coming to see the Menendezes. Here's the main street to get in. If you see the Bobcat, you go all the way down this lane right here and walk to the corner. Thank you for joining me on a grave-seeking expedition. Our micro road trip has only just begun. We have to head to our next destination now, so I'm going to cut this video right here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. There's more videos like this coming, believe me. I think like 8 more videos like this coming of different celebrity graves. Some you might have forgotten about. Some you might be like, huh, oh, I know that one. Thank you again. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. The Menendezes, thank you. And cut.